especially if you live on Oregon 211 South Poplar Road where this incident occurred near Estacada. Please share if you've witnessed anything, especially if you've never asked and you're holding on to information that you haven't released to anybody, you haven't talked to anybody about this. Residents anywhere, especially in Clackamas and Multnomah counties, if you've heard anything or you yourself know any information related to this case, please contact the detectives. And our detective team has been working very hard on this case, but we need your help to bring this killer in. This killer that took our beloved daughter, sister, and friend. It is believed, I come to find out a little bit ago, that it's believed by the detectives that there are people out there that have information related to this case. Please come forward. Please help us get justice for Emily. We can't bring her back, but what we can do is we can work to ensure that the people who did this, the person or people who did this, don't ever do this to anybody else's daughter, sister, or friend. Thank you. I'd like to introduce my stepson, Patrick.
The grief our family's experienced the last 2 years is unbearable. It's unimaginable. Emily was only 19 when her future was stolen from her, and her life was cut very short. Emily was not only my sister, she was my first best friend. I was there the day she was born. I read her first storybook when she was still in the hospital bassinet. We spent so many hours playing together when we were children. We filled our family with joy and laughter, and it's missing now. Being Emily's brother was a great honor, and it was one of the biggest privileges of my lifetime. I watched her grow from a fearless little girl into a beautiful and colorful, incredible young woman, and that was the greatest gifts I'll ever know. She was a truly free spirit. She was a beautiful soul. She was relentlessly ambitious. She always mapped her next biggest goal. She lived completely and fully on her own terms, embraced every opportunity, inspired everyone around her. And that fierce independence and passion made us all incredibly proud. The devastating reality that this bright and this colorful life is gone leaves a void within me that I don't think can ever be filled. She's missed every single moment of every single day. Now as a family, we're asking anybody desperately for justice. If you saw something or if you heard something, please contact the police immediately. The smallest details can bring a key to closure and accountability for this horrific act. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Teresa. I'm Emily's mom, and they pretty much have already said everything I was going to say. But a little more that I can share with you about my daughter is that she was very independent. She lived on her own terms. She could be a force to be reckoned with, and she could be your best friend. She loved music. She listened to all kinds of music, and that was something that really spoke to her during certain points in her life, whether they were up or down. She had an infectious smile. If she started laughing, everybody would start laughing with her. She was always thoughtful, and she thought about everybody around her. And one of the things that she was striving for before this happened was working in the medical field, becoming a nursing assistant. And that was followed in the footsteps of her father, who also worked in the medical field. She had an enthusiasm for life. She was genuine in her care for other people. Emily was an honor roll student. She was in a lot of gifted and talented classes. And she played the saxophone. She also joined choir. She had the voice of an angel. She loved living in the country. One of the things that she would like to do is in the summertime grab her fishing pole and hurry up and jump in a vehicle with one of her friends and take off to the river and go fishing. So she could be a tomboy, and she could dress down and get dirty, or she could be the most beautiful debutante you've ever seen in your life. When Emily was sick, she lost her dad to suicide. And that was something that she battled with a lot during her younger years, but like a phoenix, she rose from the fire, and she made her life the best that she could make it, and made it best for all of us. She was such a huge part of our life, and everything she did, we were proud of. Since that night happened, our family's experienced a huge void and a huge emptiness. The holidays come around, they don't feel the same anymore. In fact, there's been times I don't want to celebrate the holidays, but we do because Emily would want us to. Emily became an aunt this last summer. That was something that she really, really wanted to always be, was an aunt. And we're really saddened that she's not here to be part of that with all of us. I'm asking, I'm begging, I am pleading with the public, or if you yourself knows anything about anything that had to do with this case and my daughter's death, to come forward. We want closure. My daughter doesn't have closure until we can make sure that these people are put away and that they can't hurt another person out there again. Just please come forward. Thank you.
Do we have any follow-up questions in this class? Sure. Can we do that after this part? Okay.
I just wanted to say thank you all so much for being here and doing this. And I know I talked before the speech. I'm wondering if 2 years ago, Tamar, if you ever thought that you'd be in a position 2 years later you're still having to ask for answers and things.
No, I didn't think I would be here. You see things on television, cases getting solved pretty quickly, or they caught the person right after it happened, and that's not been the case. So no, I didn't think that we would be here pleading to the public for help again.
What would it mean for you to have an answer?
Closure. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all for being here.